Get out of here, scatter.
Joe clapping his ass cheeks. I'm harder as a motherfucker.
Relationship's like a fart. You gotta force it. It's probably shit.
Ching-chong, meatball, more meatball.
I didn't order no meatballs. I wanted some eggs.
Pilot podcast can be summed up as the physical definition of a fucking aneurysm.
Did you guys hear any of that?
Yep. Yeah, I heard the whole
It kept
thing.
going in and out for me, like, volume-wise.
Okay, it didn't pick up, I guess, on my end. It wasn't doing anything, but that's fine. I'll just drop it in afterwards. Welcome to the newest episode of the InsomniCast. We're taking a break from the movie bracket for tonight, so we are just doing four of us. What? I can't count. I've got Joe with me, I've got Civ, and I've got Mike. How you guys doing today? Talking group today.
I was waiting for someone else. I didn't want to cut anyone off. It's like, all right, how's everyone doing? Just like, okay, then.
Maybe if you waited more than 3 seconds, one of us would have responded, but we didn't want to do the rude thing and cut someone off.
It was quiet for a good
asshole.
Too much. That's bad radio. That's the wrong color.
So someone pissed in Mike's coffee.
It was me. I pissed in his coffee, and I ate asparagus beforehand.
You say that would put me in a bad mood.
Yeah, it's like you want the goth barista to spit in your coffee, right?
Always pay extra for that.
Yeah, you got tip for that. Joe, you know what we're talking about, don't I?
You're pretty sick, Chubbs. R.I.P. Carl.
What is that red thing on your camera? There's a red shirt that you're wearing. There's like a butt plug. Yeah.
My lamp.
The lamp.
It's my lamp. It's my light.
Oh, interesting. It looks weird.
Yeah, I had that because the lights here are really bright and like people can see out through the window. Like I know people can still look through the window, my neighbors, but it's like, nah, I want that. It's like too bright.
Interesting. I'm
like, nah, son, I ain't about that.
Yeah.
So if you get curtains.
Yeah, you could get curtains.
We're taking the measurements and we're gonna get carpets. We're gonna get curtains and rugs next weekend.
It took you 2 weeks to get a bed. I figured it'd take half a year for curtains.
It took a week to get the bed.
Yeah, can we talk about that?
I'm okay with it, but that's Joe's option.
I got notification of getting money in my wallet. What the fuck? What, my bed?
Yeah. Can we talk about how you moved and the last thing you did was your bed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like the last thing. It was the fact that he had a bunch of hands and 2 pickup trucks. And didn't want to take any of the large furniture. Except for a couch.
Just reached that point saying just fuck it.
What'd you say?
Just reached that point and I was just like, fuck it. It was tradition though too, because whenever Anna and I move in together on the first few nights, we had to sleep on the floor.
It was
we did it at the apartment, now we do it here.
It was still like noon, and you were like, I'm done. It's like, okay, well, we just started at like 10.
Guy makes 2 trips. He's like, we don't need to move anything else.
Yeah.
Put everything in his apartment up for sale. Be like,
we'll
just sleep on the floor.
Yeah.
Won't have any dressers to put our clothes in. We'll just have drawers laying all over the floor.
Yeah. Didn't even bring the dressers. You have the drawers that go inside them that are just everywhere. What'd you say?
The dresser broke too. Yeah. So I need a new dresser. We're getting a new kitchen table.
You broke the kitchen table as well.
Yeah.
Well, you see, when a man loves a woman,
it's great.
Because I was going to say, they weren't broken when we were moving them. And by moving them, I mean moving them from one area of your apartment to the other area of your apartment.
Yeah, how'd you break it, Joe?
The dresser broke when I got it outside, and I was going to push it to the back of my truck. The bottom pieces snapped off, nails were popping out, and it was going anyway because one of the drawers was just chipping away. So that broke, and then the TV, the kitchen table had like the 4 legs up, and like I'm grabbing it to like move it like a sled, and literally the one wooden base literally just did a whole 180. I was like, oh, all right, that's snapping away, it's done. It's great.
And you broke your dining table too.
Were you pushing wood across like concrete?
My dresser or the kitchen table?
Either or.
They're both.
The
That question meant nothing, Joe.
My dresser had wheels underneath it.
Interesting.
Just like
I'm
Stephen Hawking's.
just perplexed.
Again, there was a day that there were multiple people there that would have prevented things from breaking. Chose not to.
So anyway, did you get everything moved into your new place?
Yeah, we're all
Elliot?
set now. So pretty much the apartment now is just trash, and the bed frame and the other desk I'm just selling up. I gotta post it online that I'm selling it.
I just okay. Steve's question, Joe, was, did you get everything out of your apartment? And he said, yeah, we're all set now. This is what's still in my apartment.
Well, yeah, it's trash.
Answer.
Joe would be a great government employee.
He's great at skirting the answer. Or making you think he told you more information than he did.
As long as I
Oh
get
my
my coloring
God.
book, I'm happy.
Be like, but I gave you. He's like, he writes an essay and he gives like all this detailed information, but never actually answers the question that was
Yes.
asked by the essay.
Yes, it's like
That's how I almost failed my SATs, Joe.
well, it's like yeah, okay. You have to write an essay, so you add more descriptors. Like, oh, well, my wife's brother-in-law, which is my brother. You're just adding extra words to hit your 600-word count.
You're just like,
Yeah.
well, I'm glad I should have changed the mood or the status of the podcast recording because I didn't know we were not going to do the movies. I put going down like Joe's movies. I was like, all right, just going down in Joe's hopes and dreams in general. Okay.
Which we can talk about too. Is we've been doing the movie bracket podcast for the past few episodes. We got a couple more of those that we got to do. We're getting towards the end, which is nice. Alex had an idea that caused like almost 12 hours of content at this point.
We're pretty good.
It'll be more. It's been fun, and a lot of Joe's movies died, so you should go check those out. They're on the podcast feed, and they're also on YouTube. Yeah. So, Mike, you had a story that you brought to me that was during. We had a very eventful week. We haven't talked about much since we've been doing the movie broadcast. We had Joe's bachelor party weekend, which we went down to Jersey for, and Mike and I rode together, and Mike and I saw some crazy shit on the road.
I mean, yeah, that's a good way to start talking about that whole weekend, because there's a lot to talk about for the bachelor weekend. So we're heading down. It is snowing as well. I didn't know it at the time, but I was starting to feel sick. And wasn't exactly a good time to be driving, 2 hours from your place
2 hours
down to the house? Yeah.
Mhm.
And, both me and Eric are just like chatting about like football games, random shit here and there. And all of a sudden, when we're in Jersey, we're like, oh man, these roads are really nice. And then we see some smoke billowing up and we're getting closer and closer to it. Come to realize it was a snowplow that was on fire.
So yeah, and like it was snowing while we're going down. So it's a snowplow. You just think it's the snow bouncing up from it driving or whatever, or maybe it's just stuff kind of flying off of it. No, that bitch was just smoking and on fire on the side of the road. Still driving though, but it was just on fire, and I've never seen that.
Jesus.
Yeah, that guy was probably like, I'm on like 24 hours or 48 hours of no sleep just getting ready for this. I need to plow these roads, even though the thing's still on fire.
I don't know about that. I don't think that plows drive like that.
I mean, if they have to salt the day before, yeah.
Yeah, but they're not salting 24/7. They're not constantly on the road salting. They got to route multiple drivers for the most part, from my experience. But
I mean,
if there's salt the night before, it's usually coming from like a Mack truck, not a plow.
yeah. My high school town, they like never had snow before I moved there. Then I moved there and they had snow the first year. And they had no municipality built trucks, like snowplows. They had no city snowplows. So a bunch of my buddies bought plows and put it on their pickup trucks, and then the city was paying them like outrageous hour, like 100, maybe 200 an hour or something to plow the roads and stuff. So they made me bank those nights. And then the city that after that winter bought their first snowplow because they shelled out a ton of money for a bunch of teenagers to plow. And given they're teenagers, so definitely some ripped up curbs and street roads that first year.
Profit.
I mean, hey, for just one night of work, you can make a ton of money. Like,
Yeah.
there's a demand.
Snow is fun.
I mean, yeah, that was just to kick it off. And we got to a mansion.
Yeah, there was a fucking elevator in that bitch.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I don't know much else we can actually talk about that. I don't know what we're comfortable letting be talked about for that 2-3 day experience.
Don't make sure you confirm your order at Pretzel Factory. Make sure that they stay open.
Oh, yeah, you want to tell that story?
Nah, we're good. We'll let Jim, if he ever wants to do this, mention that whenever he can. He's better at telling stories.
All that we can do, I guess, if we're just gonna breeze through it, we can summarize it in Christina Hendricks, J Law, Stephen Hawking, midgets. Anything else? I think that covers it.
And
This is
Ted.
just like-
Don't forget the movie Ted.
That's
Yeah,
just like spark words or whatever you call it.
Spark Nuts?
Nah. Yeah, that's fair. That's the weekend.
I mean, maybe we'll be interrogated like at the beginning of Call of Duty Black Ops. And then you're just gonna have some CIA handler asking us what do these words mean, and then
What do the numbers
waterboard us.
I have no clue where that topic was. I'm trying to find it and delete it. Civ, you had something. I don't know if you've done it a bunch of episodes ago now with the bracket. You brought up doing Ask GPT for content, like writing a synopsis of Airbud. I don't know if you even still have that.
Yeah, I got it somewhere.
You got it. All right, well, you pull it up. I'll find something else. I swear I wrote down the truck on fire. Maybe it was just so memorable I didn't write it down. Oh my god. I'm losing it.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. You got it? Oh. All right, well, you still pull it up and get ready. There is also the one other thing I think we can talk about with the Bachelor weekend is breakfast. Because that was fucking hilarious. We wake up the next day, we're hungover. It was snowing the whole first night, so we were just getting drunk in the house, obviously playing games and shit. And we all wake up a bit hungover and stuff early, and we're like, let's go somewhere to grab breakfast. So it's like right on the water, this like cafe we went to. Cool cafe. Walking, sitting down. We had to take up 2 tables because there was a bunch of us. And we're sitting down, and the lady comes over to ask for our drinks and everything, and everyone pretty much gets coffee. And then Civ, it gets to Civ, and she looks at Civ, and this is the funniest thing ever. He just looks at me before ordering, stares me directly in the eyes, and goes, "I'm sorry. Can I get chocolate milk?" The whole time we're like, "Do you want a kids menu too? You want a coloring book?" Well, you got some chocolate milk with breakfast.
I made that waitress's day with that.
She was probably running
That
down
request.
fucking child.
Just the she laughed, said that's all I was really going for. But no, that chocolate milk was that chocolate milk slapped. As soon as the day I got back from the Bachelor weekend, I went grocery shopping and picked up some chocolate milk again from the store.
You bought
And then
pre-made or you bought syrup and milk?
No, I just bought it pre-made.
Oh, okay.
In the like one of those small containers.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great. It was great. It's great chocolate milk. Not the best that I've ever had, but it was good for the meal that I had. But also, I mean, we were sitting there making jokes that because everyone's coffee came out and my chocolate milk didn't come, so I started getting a little antsy.
It's almost through
I needed
tantrum.
I needed my chalky milk. And so we were just joking that the chef in the back is like, he fucking wants what?
Yeah. I had to go to the grocery store to go get fucking syrup to make it. It was funny.
It was great though. Like you said, we made her day because we were just cracking jokes every single time she walked by. Like, I'm sorry, we have a child with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we gave her like a 60% tip. It was fucking ridiculous.
Oh yeah, we tipped her like how much we paid for the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's what you do when you're being obnoxious guys. That they have to wait on.
Are you drinking strawberry milk, Joe?
It's Pepto.
What?
Yeah, it's one of the fruited sour beers I got from Canals yesterday.
I think it's actually Pepto. I think he's lying to us.
I think it's strawberry milk.
Or strawberry milk. He doesn't want to admit it. What the fuck is that
Show me the
glass?
fit.
It's a beer glass.
That's not a okay.
That is.
Is your hand really small? Because the beers doesn't.
Yeah. It's the bigger glass one. I have small ass hands though. I'm bald and I have small ass hands and I have cancer. There, that's on the table. We're talking about that again. All right.
You brought it up. No one's gonna say that. You just did that to yourself.
I'm tired myself. All right.
Yeah. Oh boy! All right, Sim, you got that.
Yeah. So it was a couple episodes ago. It was about turning Airbud It was a synopsis of the Airbud cinematic universe in the style of a Greek Iliad.
Yes, that's what it was.
So it wrote a pretty hefty amount here, about several paragraphs. So I'll just read through the first one so you can kind of get a taste.
An excerpt or whatever you got. Because we'll have to do the whole episode.
Yeah. So it starts by saying, "Sing, O Muse, the tale of Airbud, whose saga unfolds like an epic odyssey upon the hallowed courts and fields where fate and destiny intertwine. In the kingdom of Fernfield, a prodigious golden retriever named Buddy emerges, a hero of divine lineage destined for greatness. From the humble beginnings of a friendship forged with a young boy named Josh, the saga commences. In the inaugural chapter, the realm witnesses the rise of Airbud in the sport of basketball, where he, guided by the muse of athleticism, transcends the boundaries of canine capability. His triumphs echo through the hills and valleys, captivating the hearts of mortals and immortals alike. The hardwood court becomes his battleground, and the orange orb, his sacred companion."
We must get the orb in the basket.
And it just continues on and on and on.
That's awesome. You can send it to me, and I can see if I can post it somewhere for any listeners, and I'll put a link in the description if I'm able to do that. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's quite well written, very Shakespearean.
That AI, man. It's learning how to do shit. That shit. What'd you say?
Great. Shit. Clearly, no one's here seen Judgment Day. Terminator 2. Hello.
I would really love to see a Shakespearean rendition, like a Shakespearean tragedy rendition of Airbud, where, at the end, someone ends up killing Airbud, and then the whole basketball team is so sad. Yeah.
Wait, what was that? Write a Shakespearean
tragedy. Where Airbud dies.
I was still going based off of like Iliad shit, like dogs just bagging his own mom. Which is not uncommon, like in the dog breeding community.
That could also happen in Shakespeare.
Joe, do you not know what they do at puppy farms or even fucking dog show dogs?
I would talk about this.
Oh, we're going there now.
Oh, it's going through. We got 8 acts here of. It's called so instead of the Airbud cinematic universe, it's called A Bane Upon the Canine Realm.
That's a good name. That's a really good name.
Act 1, The Court of Fernfield. Enter Buddy, the heroic canine, surrounded by adoring fans and playful pups. And it like goes in this whole thing, and then it's like Act 2, The Shadow Descends. Enter a malevolent force unseen but felt, casting a shadow over Fernfield. Act 3, The Unraveling. Enter Josh, the faithful companion, bearing news of sorrow. Act 4, The Canine Council convenes. Enter a gathering of wise canines seeking answers to the looming tragedy. Act 5, The Lamentation. Enter a chorus of mournful howls echoing the grief of Fernfield. Act 6, The Quest Act 6, the quest for redemption. Enter a brave pup determined to unravel the mystery and restore hope. This is just fucking Scooby-Doo at this point.
What the fuck?
Act 7, the revelation. Enter the courageous pup, having uncovered the source of the tragedy. Act 8, a glimmer of hope. Enter the united canine, standing together against the lingering darkness. This is fucking Scooby-Doo.
That's awesome.
Scooby-Doo is a Shakespearean tragedy of the Air Bud cinematic universe.
That's awesome. Alright, so now do we post that on Craigslist and pay actors to do an audio rendition of that play? Cast every single character.
We do not need to go on Craigslist to hire actors. I will gladly get hammered, and instead of Shakespeare in the Park, we do Air Bud in the Park.
Or how about Air Bud on the pod first? You gotta see if it makes money first before we go to a public place and put it on.
We were always talking about doing Drunk History, our version, but like do it with like movies and such. That could be something we could do.
Yeah.
Like, who's gonna be hammered the next episode and talk about a movie or the Air Bud?
Well, yeah, Joe, we were supposed to do that. You were supposed to be the one hammered talking about Air Bud, and you never did it.
I was gonna do it hammered. No one mentioned it though. Like I would have done it if you told me then. I was like, oh yeah, just watch me talk about it. No one told me about it.
Clarify on this. It was we recorded an episode. Joe talked about the Air Bud cinematic universe. We're like, okay, you need to do Air Bud 2 now, next episode. Then the next episode runs around, rolls off, and he goes, I didn't know I was supposed to do that. We just talked about it. We did talk about it. Just no one told you beforehand.
Well, I'm back on day work, so I can watch the movies at night now, and I'll be like, sit down with like a glass of whiskey and be like, all right, listen up. There you go.
All right.
The ABC's back alive, baby.
But I'm good with reading that whole thing if we all pick characters and then have to read through that play. We can do one act first to seeing how long it takes and then decide what we want to do from there. Yeah, and
I still love the memes and everything, the videos when Air Bud came out, and it's a guy driving home with his kid in a basketball jersey. Their ride is they're driving silent, and it just ends with the dad going, "You didn't make the team because of the fucking dog."
Yeah.
It's like, really?
Yeah. That's a good one. We'll have to figure out what we want to do with that play though, because that's too funny. Those act names are ridiculous.
It's
Pretty accurate.
It's just Scooby-Doo.
The only issue I have with it is if it was a real tragedy, the heroes don't come together and actually be successful. Everyone dies. That's how Shakespeare rolls.
Well, it sounded like the act before the last was the United Canines something.
Well, there was a brave pup determined to unravel the mystery.
Okay, then maybe it was the last act was the United Canines.
And then he uncovers the source of the tragedy, and then they stand together against the lingering darkness, but
Jesus.
they could still all die in the end, even though they're standing together.
That's true.
You know, it's the final.
Well, I assume something happens during the lament. That sounds like a bad act, like an act or something bad happens.
They all stand together, and then Michael Vick answers the chat.
Let's see. In the act where, the unraveling. Enter Josh. Josh, O cruel fortune, thy relentless hand hath struck our realm a blight upon the land. Air Bud the hero, laid low by unseen strife, his once victorious spirit claims a somber life. So Air Bud dies in the third act here.
Oh, what the fuck? Even while you're reading that, though, I was like, oh, right, Shakespeare's kind of boring. I don't know if we read this. It's going to be good.
Yeah. So Air Bud dies, and then a council of canines come out of nowhere.
So, someone broke his leg during the basketball game, and he ended up getting infected and dying.
He just dies.
It just opens, he's dead.
If he dies, he dies.
The darkness. Beware, ye dogs of mirth and blissful glee, for shadows creep and basing tragedy. In sports, once joyous sorrow seeds I sow, a tempest rises and sorrow starts to grow. Yeah, this is kind of boring, but it's Scooby-Doo and Air Bud dies.
Hold on, can you send that to me? I probably can give that reading some justice.
You're just going to do a Sam Patrick voice. I know what you're going to do. You are very predictable.
Back to the tales of the dog.
Oh man.
You ever think Scooby Doo actually told us that the real monsters were underneath? We're just humans.
No, the real monsters are businessmen. That's business that are trying to save their business, and the Scooby Doo mystery gang fucking works for the man, and they're trying to shut down small businesses. That's what it's about. They're shutting down the little man. They want big corpo to win. It's almost always like an old man with a business that he's trying to save.
That's sexist.
Hey man, those those cartoons came out in like the 60s, 70s.
Right, because women couldn't own businesses then, huh?
No.
There you go, Mike.
No.
Sexist.
Historical fact.
I told you. Every single podcast, we move closer and closer to Eric just talking about men's rights.
Oh my god, last night was fucking hilarious. Speaking of, just turning into a podcaster that does something out of Austin. We were watching Godzilla vs. Kong or whatever, and at one point I'm just like, they're turning the goddamn Godzilla's game with these laser beams and all that shit. Because since when did I thought he breathed fire? I didn't think he shot like fucking energy beams out of his mouth.
Godzilla?
Yeah.
It's atomic breath. Yeah, it's fire.
Yeah, it was fire in like the old ones, and then at some point in the 2000s, I feel like they made it like a photon blast that's coming out of him. He like charges up.
Oh yeah, it's different.
Yeah,
You got that Apple upgrade.
that Apple upgrade. No, well, so there was someone else doing it first then for like 10 years before he got it. Because Android.
I thought he just ended up getting the vaccine, and that's why he shoots plasma now.
Yeah,
he got that 5G tired.
Well, the new one's gonna be pink now.
What?
I thought he
and
was pink.
So that's Space Godzilla, but in the new trailer, he got powered up. Instead of blue spikes, now it's like pink spikes. So they think he got more radiation or something like that. Like he got powered up, and like Kong has like pretty much the Infinity Gauntlet. Kong's wearing like a golden cast because we think he fought. The rumors are we think he fought the new villain, got his hand fucked up, so the humans gave him like a cast and everything. That's like what the rumors are going around with the trailer.
I know nothing of the series. I'm just catching up on it now.
It's good. I like it.
Like I said, I said because Joe, Joe, Mike was there? I don't know who was there last night. But I've only seen like the 70s, the old like Japanese ones and stuff. I've never actually seen the newer ones. Just stayed away from this.
Some are pretty good. I think it's like Final Wars was when like all the monsters like pretty much just straight up like fought each other. Even Godzilla, the one with Matt Broderick.
Broderick, yeah.
Even that one, they threw him in there, but none of the Godzilla fans loved that one because they were like, "What the hell is this shit?" So they literally had that Godzilla. Spoiler alert! They had that Godzilla in that movie for like 8 seconds, and all he does is like charge at Godzilla, like OG Godzilla. He dips it, he throws him into a building, it just blasts him and sets him on fire. It's like, yep,
oh wow,
done. That doesn't exist.
That's pretty wild.
And I have it somewhere actually on VHS. The original Godzilla vs. Kong.
Mm-hmm.
So that was pretty good.
When it was just people in suits and not CGI.
Yeah.
That's what.
Man, I remember when Godzilla got started with Rugrats and cartoons.
That's Reptar.
Yeah, that's Reptar, buddy.
Same thing. It's a reptile.
It's essentially the same character, yeah.
Their version of Godzilla.
He's got purple.
It's an amphibian. How dare you?
Whatever.
Reptile.
He's got
What do you
pink
mean? He's a
spikes now.
lizard. I told you they're turning the goddamn lizards gay. It just works now. I didn't know that they made him pink. Oh, man.
Well, it is 2024. If he feels like an amphibian, I guess he could be one.
Yeah, you can't really decide for him.
Yeah.
But I also watched Kong Skull Island, and that was pretty good. That's the one with Brie Larson, Samuel L.
Yep. And
Tom Hiddleston.
Yep. John C. Reilly.
Yeah, John C. Reilly. It's got a big cast. There's a lot of people in it, but it was good. It wasn't that bad.
Did Dewey Cox make an appearance?
Yeah.
When they like find Godzilla's, they're like, "You don't want none of this shit, Dewey."
It was Kong, but yeah, essentially they're like, "You don't want none of this gorilla, Dewey Cox." Yeah, it's pretty cool. They kind of have things that point out to the Godzilla shit, the inner Earth bullshit, Hollow Earth. It's cool. You guys watch anything good recently? No.
No.
Okay.
Uh,
I'm rewatching Batman the animated series.
That's which one's that?
The early '90s animated series, the cartoon.
that's the one with Kevin Conroy and
Mhm.
Mark Hamill, and that's when they introduced Harley Quinn, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Fun,
I
fun
know my
fact,
Batman.
fun fact, if you don't know it, yeah, Harley Quinn didn't start in the comics. She started in that show because they wanted to have Joker have like a henchman, and it was her, and they gave her story, and they're like, all right, we'll throw her in the comics, and that's what they did.
Yeah, everyone liked her so much, she had a good reaction. They added her to the comics. But I never remember which one's which, because there's like Batman the animated series, but then there's like Batman animated, which is like a really shitty one that came out on the WB, where he's got like the weird yellow goggles or some shit. Like his outfit's weird in that one. I'd have to look up which one.
Beware the Batman? No, not Beware the Batman.
You're not talking about Batman Beyond, right?
No, Batman Beyond's fucking
No,
dope.
that's
I
good
was
too.
gonna say.
No, it's one where he has like his suit looks stupid.
Are you looking it up?
Yeah, I'm looking it up.
I'm trying to think. There was like a few episodes through the series they like talked about other Batman comic stories, like Legends of the Batman, and like it could be that story.
It might be the Batman, but it's
was that like
coming up
around
on the list of them.
was that around like 2004, 2005?
It was early 2000s. Maybe it was the Batman. Yeah.
The Batman. And they changed it up and everything like that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I thought it had animated or like the animated Avengers, but maybe that's a different one anyway. But that one was just
wearing
crap.
goggles in that one.
Someone had
There's
the
like 5
goggles.
seasons. It was pretty good.
Are you talking about Static Shock?
No. But
Well, actually, we can talk about that universe. Like, it went Batman the animated series, and then they had a few movies, and then they did Superman the animated series. Then they put them together, and then that made the Batman Beyond. Then the Justice League, and then yeah, that's pretty cool. Just expanded.
I'm trying to find it, but
Yeah, those animated superhero shows did make my childhood. I loved the X-Men growing up, like watching the cartoons of that. Batman Beyond is still probably my favorite Batman iteration.
Shit, I have the whole series on DVD.
I mean, I ended up playing the whole Batman Arkham City in the Batman Beyond suit.
Oh, nice.
Just because I liked it that much.
Terry McGinnis suit.
Yeah.
I like how they ended it. Like, I think it was 3 seasons for Batman Beyond, and I was like, oh, we wanted more and everything. Like, it was cool, like to see the Batman villains. Like Bane is a fragile old man because of so much use of the Venom. All like Mr. Freeze is just ahead because it just proves like time goes for everyone. It's like I thought that was pretty cool. They did that. But yeah, like it's crazy. With the Justice League, I like how they did a Justice League episode in reference to like telling how like Terry is like, no, Bruce is your dad. We changed your other dad's DNA, so like we can have another Batman. So we had another tragedy. And they said we were gonna kill your parents, but the person backed out. But they're like, we just got lucky. Your dad got killed. So
Yeah.
it's like damn.
But Mike, you brought up X-Men too. They're remaking that 90s X-Men.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're like I think it's actually a continuation of the story, right, Al? The X-Men is a continuation of the story. Yeah, from his understanding, it's a continuation of the 90s story, so they're gonna like pick it up where it ended. And they're doing like looks like the same animation, just like obviously modern style and everything. Kitty. I like to say Kitty when he's sitting there. She's sitting there. But yeah, it looks cool, so you should check it out and look it up, Mike. It's not out yet, but just the shit on it.
Yeah, I'll still look it up. I mean, that's the whole reason why I fell in love with Invincible, because it has that sort of like early 2000s sort of look, but a little bit cleaner. On top of the fact that the story is pretty good.
Yeah.
Part 2 of Invincible. Part 2 of season 2 comes out in the spring or next
Yeah.
month. Shit, I forgot.
Yeah,
The
I don't
only
know
thing
why
that
they
annoys
split it.
me-
That's so annoying when they split the second season.
Yep. They really shouldn't have done it. Just release it, let me enjoy it. Like,
Yeah.
don't split it, because it kills the momentum.
Mhm.
You're watching it like, 4 episodes weekly, and then all of a sudden you're gonna have to wait a few months. Like, what? No, don't do that.
It went back quick though. And I think they already said they're not going to make us wait longer for season 3.
No.
They better not.
It's a shame. I kind of did it to myself, though. Like, after the first season, I reread all the comics. Because I'd read them back in high school, the Invincible comics, and then I reread them in between season 1 and season 2. And I was like, God damn it, now I gotta fucking wait. And the way they're doing it, it seems like they're gonna tackle every single arc in the comics, which is cool. Unlike
what's yeah, I remember seeing I remember you sent me some of the comics, like the big dude other Ventromite shows up. His name's like Conquer or something. I think his name's Conquer, and he's like, yo, when he shows up though, it's gonna be worse than his dad, and like he just fucks him up.
his name's not Conqueror, but
What is it then?
There's several that show up, so I don't know which one you're referring to. There's a lot.
He's like a jacked old man, like.
Oh, he's already showed up in the second season.
Oh no, yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Never mind, I did recognize him.
Yeah, his name's not Conqueror. It's something else, but
It's Conky.
Conky McConkley. Oh, his
wife
name
name is Jenna
speech real
Tills.
quick.
What?
Since your cat can give us a speech real quick, her head's near the microphone, waiting for them to meow. Or hear the purring.
Interesting. Can you tell us about this? Oh my God.
Say something.
I know you can talk. I know you can fucking talk.
What are your thoughts on the salmon population?
I didn't put the milk back in the fridge because it was empty.
Oh, are you guys now competing for milk because she wants the milk, but you're drinking chocolate milk, so she can't have it?
Oh, good point.
I don't know if they can't have it. I know dogs can't have chocolate. I don't know about
No,
cats.
cats shouldn't have chocolate.
Nah.
I don't think it'll kill them. They can have a little bit of it, but
Yeah.
it'll fuck up their digestive system.
Only one way to find out.
No. Nope.
That onions. I think onions are toxic to cats.
Yeah.
Girl, what are you doing? You are like slipping here. You have legs. What are you doing?
Oh my god. You mentioned Reptar earlier. I forgot about this note on the list, Mike, that you sent me. Nickelodeon and sliming. You had a lot to talk about that during the Bachelor weekend, and I believe you wanted to bring it up on the podcast.
Yeah, so I have this theory that the reason why cum shots are so prevalent now
What
in
the fuck?
the media we consume is
We lost Joe. Well,
we lost Joe.
Oh my god.
Where'd you go, Jeff? Oh my god.
Can we get like a technical difficulties moment here?
I have to make a thing for that, yeah.
Can it be the cat hanging there? Send a picture of the cat. It's like more milk.
Yeah, so anyway, enlighten us about how Nickelodeon
Invented cum shots.
to a generation of cum shots.
They didn't invent it, but they did desensitize us to the idea that there are people out there who are more than willing, if not happy, to receive this slimy substance all over them. And we would all clap and cheer when that would happen because kids would be so happy to see people getting slimed day in and day out.
Yours is slimy, mine's just like powder.
You're getting old.
I love the
Sounds
silent
like
reaction.
Sounds like a disease.
Silence is loud.
Joe, your camera's still off. I don't know if you want to leave it off.
Eric's actually.
I was just say, wait, you guys can't see me. I can see you guys on my camera.
I can see Joe.
I can't see Joe.
I can't see Joe.
Oh,
But
Nope.
yeah, Eric, I think you're just shooting kidney stones
Is that what they are?
at this point. I think you're just grinding up kidney stones, and that's what's coming out of your
So
balls.
snorting them's really not doing anything for me, just calcium.
he's just making it hail.
Oh God.
Oh boy. I'm pretty sure that idea you had though, Mike, just comes from the Katy Perry thing when she got slimed. That's what you made you think of it.
Yeah.
When they just straight up blasted her in the face at one of the Nickelodeon Awards. Yeah, alright, I mean, gave Sim a new fetish.
All right. She was married to Russell Brand. for a
That came
while.
through, Joe. That came through. Did anyone else hear Joe's fart?
Yep.
That echoed in that room. You need to get some rugs down in that room because that bounced off the walls.
No, it bounced off my cheeks.
What were you saying about Russell Crowe? Russell Brand? What?
Yeah, she was married to Russell Crowe.
Was it South Park? It's Russell Crowe. Oh my God, it's Russell Crowe. Want to fight about it?
Oh,
I thought he
man.
says you want to fight about it, not you want to fuck about it.
Or in this case, of Nickelodeon, do you want to come about it?
Yeah. What they meant when they were saying slime, they just meant that word. Speaking of cum, so Baja Blast is back in stores.
I had one
Oh,
today. I went to Taco
really?
Bell and got one today.
You got one. What the fuck? Oh, the Baja.
Oh yeah, back to the bachelor party.
Essentially, we learned that Joe will gag if you make a gagging noise in front of him, so it was a good
If I'm
like
sick
15
and all that,
minutes.
you do it now, I'm fine. You
Yeah.
gotta do it in person.
There's like 15
So
minutes.
email us. Yeah, email us an MP3 file of you gagging, and we'll put together a compilation specifically for Joe to play at any one of his next gatherings.
Out of all the info we asked for, like email us, give us opinions, give us stuff to talk about. It's like just we get that. We get bombarded with that shit.
That'd be funny. We had one email in the email, which if you do want to email us, that's where the fuck is it? InsomniCastPod@gmail.com. Shoot us an email. We did get one email. Well, we've gotten other emails, but one that I was like, is this a real person or is this fake? Some dude soliciting his company. He's like, I'd love to work with you guys. And then I responded and I was like, yeah, I'm going to do some research on your company and see if it's actually real. And then got a response that that email doesn't exist anymore. So I was like, so that's a scammer. That's awesome. So anyone else, they want to email us, send them in. We're still waiting on what are the pictures, Mike?
Henry Cavill and Jackie Chan, specifically Jackie Chan in Shanghai Night
So
with a long
hair.
braid. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what he's up to. Any updates on Jackie Chan? How he's doing?
Avoiding his one daughter.
Look,
Oh, I know about that.
No, I saw a video. He was watching movies with her.
No. That's the daughter he's okay with. He doesn't like his lesbian daughter.
Yeah,
so he's a piece of shit. Got it.
Like full on disowned, like, and like she made a video. It's like he's not helping us. He doesn't do anything, and it's just a video of him be like, okay.
So he's the type of guy where lesbian isn't a sexuality; it's just a category on the hub. Got it.
it's Chinese. Wait, is Jackie Chan Chinese?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, yeah. I mean, didn't they just get done with the policy, the one girl policy, because they don't like women in China?
So Jackie Chan came
I thought
from
it was
Hong Kong.
overpopulation.
So, like, most of his life, he didn't have to abide by communist China rules. And then the CCP took over, and then Jackie Chan had a change of heart because he probably needs to survive. So
Yeah.
I can't really fault him too much on that, but it's a little saddening to hear the things Jackie Chan has been up to in his personal life.
Rush Hour is still
Yeah.
a great movie, though.
Dude, I still love his movies.
Yeah.
I grew up on his action movies. Shanghai Noon and Night, Rush Hour, the one he made in the Bronx. I'm drawing a blank on it. Rumble in the Bronx.
Yeah.
Drunken Master. All of it. There's a reason why I selected Rush Hour to be one of my top movies, but we'll save that for the actual episode.
Yeah, it's good movies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, sorry. I was reading one of the topics here. Did I tell you guys about the whole? I might have put it in Snapchat to you guys, but the Facebook Marketplace thing when I was like being a dick to a dude on there. This dude listed a book. It was a series of books. He listed them for like $300 or something, and I went and looked up the books, and they were like $20 a pop, and for 5 of them, that's nowhere near what he was charging. I sent him a link to the Amazon where I'm like, I can buy this bundle for like $100. What the fuck are you doing selling it for like $200, $300? He goes, shut up, asshole. And then blocked me and deleted the post. I was like, okay. So I've been doing that to people where I see them overpricing shit and be like, you're just fucking price gouging people who don't know what they're buying off of Facebook Marketplace. I've been using that shit for years.
Yeah. I actually ran by the desk that I'm selling in Walmart, and they're selling it for like $30. I was like, yeah, I'm doing the same.
Yeah.
I was going to sell it the exact same way. The only difference is mine's already assembled. You just literally take it. That's it.
Yeah, and if anything, you do 30 or 25, and then you're good to go.
Yeah.
Take the loss on it. Do you guys ever buy anything off there?
Facebook Marketplace?
Yeah.
No. people are kind of scummy on there.
I've had good reactions with anyone I've bought stuff from on there. I bought a lot of stuff off there, especially like during college, renting houses and shit, just getting cheap furniture.
Yeah.
Outdoor table, which I still have the outdoor table actually. The bar that I bought is currently my TV stand right now. So, but most recently I bought a steering wheel. It's right here. Ball.
Brother Trucker, check it out.
Yeah,
Leave a
for
comment
the
unless
series
you
I
like
do
it,
with
guys.
Alex. Yeah, Brother Trucker's on the Fluffy Love on YouTube. It's
I
pretty
still
fun. That
think
first
about-
episode was fun.
I still think I'd like to recommend like two brothers driving trucks, playing down on a truck.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun doing that. And Sim, you have American Truck Simulator, right?
Yeah,
I
for sure.
thought I saw you had that. You gotta pop on and play with us too when we're playing.
Yeah, I gotta get
A wheel.
a wheel.
Facebook Marketplace, man. Got that thing for $90. It's normally like 200.
Yeah.
So the only downside with like electronics is it could be bad, but the dude was cool. He's like, all right, I'm testing it right. Like the night before I was going, like the day before I was going to pick it up. He's like, I'm gonna plug it in and test it out for you real quick. And then he responded back. He was like, it's working. He's like, but I was using it on a PS5, so the shifter was a little weird. He's like, but it should be perfectly fine on a computer. And I got it, and it works fine. It kind of like crapped out at one point, but I think it was just because I was hitting it so hard. Kind of freaked out, but also used it for a few hours, so. But it works. So look for wheels on there. Otherwise, you're gonna drop a lot of money on a new wheel. Do you
probably.
play like driving games on your PlayStation? Still?
It's been years since I have.
Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say if you are gonna do that, you could always get a newer one. That'll last you longer.
Yeah, I'll take a look around.
Yeah. You can always play with controller. It's really fun. I don't know how fun that shit was with a wheel.
Yeah, if you're gonna do it, get a wheel.
Mm-hmm. And especially like I don't know how to drive manual, so my wheel setup is a manual wheel setup, so it's very funny to watch. So and then listen to me bitch. Anyone else been playing anything fun?
No, that's the first time since I moved. Like I'm legit on my computer more. I've been playing the games on my phone.
Yeah.
So.
I did get an invite to a game I'm probably going to be playing later. Well, not really an invite. It was like a beta test, Broken Arrow, RTS game, set in modern times. So you get tanks, helicopters, planes, all that. Looked interesting, so thinking about playing that, streaming that. It's got a multiplayer beta too, so anyone who likes Age of Empires sort of strategy games, it's probably your cup of tea.
Broken Arrow.
Broken Arrow. It's on Steam. You could probably click the link and be selected to be in the open beta.
Yeah, I've had a couple of those where they have closed betas and open betas where I've just clicked and been like, whatever, and then gotten it and not really done much with it. Yeah, request access, interesting. That's cool.
Yeah, it looks pretty fun. Really, I'm just kind of waiting for Manor Lords to come out, because that just seems a lot of fun.
I gotta look up what the fuck Manor Lords is. Jesus Christ.
Me and my lady friend, we were playing Overcooked again. We were breezing through the levels, and like it just helps that we were like communicating really well and figuring out
to know how to cook. I'm just leading into what you said earlier.
I don't feel comfortable dealing with Andrew Tate over here.
It's Alex Jones, get it right. Anyway, so you guys breezed through a bunch of the episodes, levels.
We've been breezing through it, yeah, and it just helps that like we're just sitting there like in the loading screen and we're just thinking up of a game plan to do before we even start it, and then all of a sudden we're just like, okay, we're going to be on this station, they're going to be on that station, and then we're working together, figuring out what the best course of action is, and we adapt as we go along. It's been a lot of fun, and normally she likes to go to bed early. She was up until 12:30, and then I had to call it quits because I was getting tired.
Jeez.
Like she was more than happy to keep playing.
Yeah.
And then the day after, she wanted to play the Sims 4 when we got back from brunch, and I got a message from someone.
What's up? It was me. I can admit that.
Yeah. What did you just send me?
What?
You were like, Sims 4? This 100% has to be her name.
Yeah. I literally went, what? This 100% has to be redacted. And then you literally went, she's about to play Sims with me. I was like, I fucking knew it. And now
That's funny you mentioned.
What?
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say it's funny you mentioned
Oh, you're cutting out there, sis.
Overcooked because my lady friend and I were also playing. My lady friend and I were also playing Overcooked, and then we switched to Human Fall Flat.
Oh, Human Fall Flat's so fucking good. Me and Alex played that together. That was so fun.
Don't play with Eric. They'll end.
No, that's Overcooked. But Human Fall Flat, I played it with Alex. I played it with Wandering, who pops into our Discord from time to time. And it's just fucking hilarious, that game. So that's fun. You guys have fun with that?
Oh yeah. She doesn't have a PC. She has a game. But when she was over my place, we were playing split screen, so it was fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's cool. And yes, Joe, I do become a different person in Overcooked. I don't play that game anymore.
I don't like that person.
I get very angry playing that game.
That person scares me.
Is it because Joe mushrooms when he should have tomatoed?
Yeah, he mushrooms when he should have tomatoed. Oh, and I was totally making mistakes too and yelling at him for my mistakes.
Like you burned the meatballs. I'm like, I didn't even know we were cooking meatballs.
Yeah. I just yelled at him about everything. And then all of a sudden had a British accent. Just turned into Gordon Ramsay. Well, it's a fun game. That's cool. Yeah, Human Fall Flat's good. What were you saying you guys played before that?
Overcooked.
You were playing Overcooked, yeah. I don't know, man. That could be a tough one to bring in a partner to play with, because it could ruin relationships, I feel like. Ever playing it with someone updating.
It was a little tough. One of the first levels that we were on was the one. Well, there's a couple levels that like shift.
Yeah. Like platforms move around.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna put this here so when it shifts, you can just take it and deliver it. And then she was like, oh, okay, and then came over to my side, and then it shifted, and then we were both on the same side and couldn't deliver it. And I'm like, you. But we didn't fail any levels, but it got to a point where she was like, this game's too much for me right now. We just something that's a little more less thinking involved. I'm like, perfect, Human Fall Flat.
Yeah, Human Fall Flat's great. Like there's puzzles in it, but I feel like it's just a lot of fun. You're just pulling shit out and throwing things. Yeah, there's what's up?
I was gonna say with Overcooked, I honestly just don't get mad. I'm just happy that she found a game that she's more than happy to play, and I'm giddy. I'm like, oh, she's having so much fun, and like, that's all that matters to me. So I never get upset, even when things are going sideways. I'm like, well, the level went sideways. We can always restart.
Well, it doesn't sound like Sid was getting upset. It was just like, why did you stay on that side? Sorry, I tooted, so I'm like,
all of a sudden, we just see the camera just light on fire.
Yeah, there's just fire on my screen. It happens from time to
time.
time.
Oh my god. Can we talk about that on the Bachelor weekend?
Oh, I'm perfectly comfortable talking about it too, so I just tooted right now.
No, both you and Civ committed crimes against humanity. North Korea is probably like trying to find you guys just to ask if you can help with their torture program.
Our buttholes broke the Geneva Convention, absolutely.
I had to sleep in the same room as these guys because we all had our own full bunk beds that we could sleep.
When he says full, the bottom was queen size, the top were full size mattresses.
Yes.
These are huge bunk beds. This place was a mansion.
And they're sleeping on the other bunk bed on the other side of the room. Unfortunately, that side of the room also had the heater.
I strategically picked that side.
You did not strategically pick it. You picked it because you needed to fit Chewie in there.
And the heater was
No,
on the top part of the ceiling.
Yeah,
where
so
my
he-
bunk was.
And then he just
He
rises and
rises
shoo.
Like
no,
a
I
dark,
had
like a dark cloud. It's like fucking the angel of death. If you've ever watched the Ten Commandments.
and like we were
lurking
drinking
through
beer
the
all
bunk bed.
weekend. Like we're drinking beer that causes people to fart, especially when they're like going to bed. So it was just all coming out at night. It was.
I had before I drove down because I was working a half day. For lunch, I ended up having Italian wedding soup.
Oh my god.
So Italian wedding soup, came down, drank a bunch of beer, did some shots, had some Italian hoagies, had some chips, some salsa, and then just locked and loaded for Mike.
Yeah. Yeah, really packed it in there. But yeah, I walked into the room, and you're saying I picked the one bed mic because I need room for Chewie. There were two bunks on the bottom, and the crate fit perfectly in between them. But I was like, nah, I'm gonna go this furthest one.
That was my favorite when Jim showed up too. We're doing shots, and you just look at him. Oh yeah, we're shot people, and he's like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah, that would have been nice to know.
Yeah, he's like, "That would have been great to know yesterday."
Mhm.
Yeah, that happened on top of Philly Pretzel Factory closing on him.
Yeah. But the worst of the farting was that morning after, where I woke up, and Mike saying how bad it was, and then like I'm standing up, so I'm friggin' like mouth level with Sim's asshole, and all of a sudden he rips, and like I'm hungover, and I'm like my mouth's extremely dry, and it just goes right in. I'm like fucking tasting, oh my god, and just like ran out of the room so fast.
You were on the other side of the room, and when you got back in the room, you were like, "I still smell this. This is
Yeah.
fucking
It was
vile."
so bad. That was worse than what I was doing.
Yeah, you went up to the third floor because you were going to throw up.
Yeah, I ran all the way up. Oh god.
Yeah, I mean, it was a war crime. And I think you can describe the noises that Civ was making the best as he was tooting away in the morning.
Oh, the moans after he would do it. This dude would fucking fart like, he'd fart. I'd just be like,
No, the moment would come before I did it. Be like,
There was one point I woke up in the middle of the night, and you, Civ was in the bunk above me. And I just hear him fart, and I go, "Oh yeah, right back at you, buddy." I just go, right back. I think you're asleep. I was like, right back at you.
Meanwhile, Mike's sitting there like having flashbacks to Vietnam.
No, I was in the Somme. I was a doughboy somewhere in France in World War I, wishing I was back home. And instead, I'm having trench foot and I'm being gassed by a German.
Hey, I mean, you could just be thankful that years ago, my ex decided to feed me salmon with capers, and that night, I Dutch ovened her worse than fucking anyone. I sent her back to the.
We know what you want to say. but you
I
don't have
sent
to.
her back to the Second World War. Let's just say that, and she got like sick, like had to run to the bathroom and vomited everywhere, threw up.
That's when
The
you know
next-
it's a good day. When you
The
do
next
that.
day, we wake up, go to work. She comes home. She gets home before me, and she just like is so tired that she just like falls face first into the bed on the top sheet, and she's like, "Ugh, I can still smell it." And she rips off the sheets, the comforter, everything, throws the whole fucking thing in the dumpster. I came home and was like, "Why'd you change the sheets? Like, we just put those on." And she's like, "They're done. They're done."
That's too good. That's insane.
Yeah. So, just word to the wise: don't feed me salmon.
Salmon's
I don't
good.
think you can have any seafood because you also gassed out another place where I don't want to say it because I don't want to get visited by FBI agents. Because you had crab in the middle of the country.
Oh my God! Yeah,
What?
Denver Airport. Yeah, so I was at the Denver airport. No, it wasn't. It wasn't the crab rangoon yet. I had just so same X. We're flying to the other side of the country. We were either flying
For
to
a second, I
California.
thought Same-X was like a company. It's the Same-X. I was working for them at the time.
We were either flying to Los Angeles or we were flying to Idaho for something. And I remember getting. So when I fly, I don't eat because I don't want to have anything in my stomach. So normally what I'll do is I'll like in Philly they have a Jamba Juice, and at other airports they have Jamba Juice, and so if I have layovers, I'll just get Jamba Juice. Stick to a liquid diet the whole day. Well, we had a layover in Detroit, from Philly to Detroit, and then Detroit to Denver, and then Denver to Idaho.
Okay.
Why do you say Detroit like Detroit?
Yeah, you do say it
Detroit.
differently. I wouldn't say wrong,
Yeah.
just differently.
So anyway, they don't have a Jamba Juice there, or if they did, it was closed that day. So I was hungry, so I decided Panda Express was the way to go. Get some Chinese food. So I eat it. We get in the plane. We land in Denver, and I gotta go to the bathroom. So I'm like, look, we got like 20 minutes to get to our next flight. I was like, just give me like 5 minutes. I gotta run in there. I'm gonna shit my pants. So I go in. Meanwhile, she's sitting outside, like on the floor, just like on her phone. And she's texting me. She's like, "Are you okay?" She's like, "There's people walking into the bathroom and just doing a U-turn and walking right back out." So I finish up. I feel great. I'm like ready to get on this plane. So we go on our trip, et cetera, et cetera. Coming back to Philly, we had layovers in Denver, Minneapolis, and then Philly. So when we get to Denver, I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom again. We're near that bathroom I used last time. I'm gonna go back. The bathroom was shut down. Shut down. Like they had fucking caution tape, so you couldn't go into that restroom. And this is like 4 days after the fact. So, I just gotta take credit for shutting down a bathroom.
I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah. The many shitties adventure of Chris.
So, I don't know. I used to have poop shoes at my old job when I was actually working in the office because I take some nasty ones and I never want anyone to know that it's my brand. So I would have a pair of shoes under my desk that I'd put on to go to the bathroom. I'd also go to the bathroom in a completely different building so no one could ever match the stank to the shoe. Just camera would disappear again. But yeah, I just made sure that I would always have a pair of shoes that I'd wear that I wasn't wearing the rest of the day, so you can never tell.
Jesus Christ.
Hey man, when you have a specific brand, you gotta make sure it's a mystery, in case they shut down an entire fucking bathroom because of it. That's awesome though. That's fucking wild. I have heard that story before. That's too good.
Yeah, so just for context, that's what I had to live with
For like
over that
day.
weekend. I was sick.
Hey, you survived. You survived.
Yeah, you were sick. You couldn't smell anything. Well, we're fine.
I was able to smell and feel all of that.
Yeah,
There is a reason why
it's fine.
on the way back, I don't even remember the drive.
Okay, well that sounds dangerous, and you probably shouldn't do that. Jeez, man, putting other people at risk.
Oh, okay. Now you care about other people being at risk.
Well, not you. Other people.
You are the reason why I drink.
I am the 13th reason.
You are the reason why I stink.
Yeah. I'm gonna mute Joe. He's.
Sorry, guys. 1 sec.
Did anyone hear that?
Did you just fart or make it with your mouth?
No, I did. I made that with my mouth.
Oh, I thought that was Joe again.
Your butt mouth.
Yeah, my buff, my buff.
That's awesome. Yeah, I don't have any other I just have nasty farts, nasty toots. That's why I got a candle next to my desk.
Speaking of toots, I got a picture of Joe's asshole.
Hey, I didn't know we were gonna talk about that one.
I figured if he's gone right now, we can divulge. Let it be a little surprise to him when he comes back.
I'm still here. I'm just eating.
Oh.
Aw.
Scatter.
He has a little button on his desk now to tell Ann to bring him some chicken nuggets.
Yeah. Oh, I need more chicken nuggets and chocolate milk. Between the two of you, one's eating dinosaur. They're fucking dinosaur nuggets, I bet, right, Joe?
There's tater tots.
I thought you said
Just said you
nuggets.
had nuggets.
Yeah.
Did I mention nuggets?
I heard he was eating nuggets.
What the fuck?
Mike, did you hear nuggets or did you hear tots?
I heard nuggets.
Yeah, you said Ann brought me nuggets.
No, she brought me my stuff.
When you listen back to this, you can comment in the comment section, Joe, that, oh yeah, I did say nuggets.
Like I commented on Spotify of our movie bracket and I said, Puss in Boots sucks.
Yeah. That's awesome. Oh, we've been going for an hour. You guys want to keep going, or
Do we take a break now? Take
Yeah,
a
we
little break.
take a break and then keep going if you guys are cool? Keep
Yeah.
going for a bit? All right. And Joe's eating. Wait, not yet, Joe.
Yeah, is Joe eating tots or is Joe eating chicken nuggets? Let us know in the comments below what you think.
We'll
Joe,
find
show
it.
everybody. Show the audience. What are you eating?
Is it a nugget or a tot? You tell us.
That's actually Captain Crunch.
Yeah, just really zoomed in.
That's his stage name.
All right, so now we'll take a break. And we're back, and Civ is eating an icicle very seductively. Go to our
Orange
YouTube.
cream?
Oh, yeah, lick it. Yeah,
Oh.
deep throating it now. Nice. If you want to see that, go to our YouTube. InsomniCast pod. Oh, shit. I never remember it. InsomniCast pod, I believe. He is just deep throating that ice cream. No, just InsomniCast.
So if anyone would like to throw up, please go to the YouTube channel.
Oh, I'm turned on. What's it in our opening music? I'm harder than a motherfucker.
Yeah, that's Mike says that.
Yeah, Mike says that. I have a note
Yeah.
on here that I don't know where it came from, who said it, because it literally says, who starts this conversation? Called Little Box? I don't know if anyone would remember that. I have no clue when it's from. I don't date when I put these things in. It just says Little Box, who starts this conversation?
Is that just from you, like a drunken thought?
No, that was when we were together, I think, during the Bachelor weekend. It's near a bunch of them. Or it's from the car ride, because it's actually in between all of the ideas we had in the car ride, Mike.
Little box.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Well, regardless, I'll tell a story. Also, my audio was fucked up for the first hour of this, so sorry, listeners. I just fixed it. It was duplicated again, motherfucker. But Joe, do you remember the unbreakable glass story? How could you forget it?
What was the 3?
I think it was 3 of them. I don't even know if I have any of them anymore, but
You had like a 4-pack, and like you were about to do the 4th one. You're like, all right, 4th time's a charm. For like, fucking stop.
So, background on this: I lived in a house my senior year, and someone had given me Lennox crystal glasses, and they said unbreakable on them. Like they had a sticker that said certified unbreakable, and I was drinking out of one, and someone was like, "Oh, are those really unbreakable?" I was like, "Oh, no," and I dropped it, and the thing friggin' just shatters. I go, maybe that's not the one, because I had a couple. They look like Pilsner glasses, where they're like skinny at the bottom and then get bigger at the top. So I did the one, and I was like, maybe that was a different one, because I did have a set of Pilsner glasses that weren't unbreakable. So I went and made sure it had the sticker on it, walk back over, drop it, and it shatters. And I go, huh. one more. And I just grab the third one and drop it, and it shatters too. And I'm like, all right, 4 times a charm. And everyone's like, no, fucking stop. There's glass everywhere. This is like in the living room of the house that we're in. I just kept fucking shattering. I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be unbreakable. And then there was like a warranty that you could send them back or whatever to them. And I just never did. I think I like cleaned everything up, put it in the box they came in, and was going to ship it back with a warranty and be like, yeah, no, they're very breakable. They just kept shattering. I mean, I'm a scientist, you know, you got to test those things.
It's true. It's science.
Yeah. Wow, Sam, you really fucking went to town on that pop.
Yeah.
It is creamsicle.
Creamsicle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are good ones. Any of you guys do something for science like that? Like testing of a glass that says it's unbreakable and clearly isn't?
When I was a kid, I trapped a field mouse in a wiffle ball container and gave it brain damage.
That's like psychopath. I don't think that's science. What?
Well, I knew that the whole mice liking cheese thing that you see in the cartoons is a crock of shit.
You turned his brain to cheese.
They prefer peanut butter, and so me and a undisclosed friend
I think I know who it is.
put some. No, you don't. You never met this person.
Have I met the
Anyway,
person?
no.
Sorry, killer.
This is like grade school me. So we like put some peanut butter out. We find this mouse. We named him Herbert. And he kept trying to jump out of the wiffle ball container, and I kept having to like smack him back in. Because we were trying to do an experiment on him. It turns out if you shake the box around too much,
Turns out? That's a turns out?
it's a little brain damage.
I don't think that's I think that's a common sense, whatever age you are, that you actually understand the meaning of a life. That if you shake whatever it's in, it's gonna fucking die.
Either that or it was dizzy, but we didn't stick around long enough to find out. We
I
did
mean,
our
like-
little experiment and went on.
All right, so then next you need to go to human trials. Shake a baby.
Well, we did have a couple friends who have babies. We'll see if anyone's up for the human trial.
See who's already tired of having their child. I mean, I was a kid in Florida visiting my grandparents and accidentally killed a gecko, but that's because I caught it. I was always like chasing the geckos and trying to catch them, and caught it.
Would you squeeze it too hard?
No, I put it in like a Chinese container and forgot to poke holes in it. And then it was a roasted fucking gecko by like an hour because it was 90 degrees out. I wasn't allowed to bring it inside, so.
You sick bastard.
No.
You suffocated that gecko.
Not on purpose. I didn't
Pretty
realize
sure
you
the
should poke holes.
suffocation is a lot less cruel than giving it brain damage and it having to live with the consequences of your.
Yeah, you made a vegetable. I made a corpse.
Hey,
my
if
cat.
anything, it just was easier prey
Mhm.
for the red-tailed hawks and maybe groundhogs if groundhogs eat field
I
mice.
don't know. But I probably gave my cat brain damage, but he was already pretty brain damaged
What
when I had
the
him.
fuck?
Okay, but no, he didn't actually have brain
That's
damage.
substantially worse than a
No,
mouse.
So this dude, I love this cat. This is the cat I had in high school. Squall, he was awesome. And he died of cat cancer, so he didn't die because of this. But I used to chase him around all the time. Like we play, like tag. Like I'd hit him, and then he'd like hide and wait to like tag me back or whatever. And whenever I was like really on him and I was chasing behind him, he'd always book it from my bedroom in the house I lived in. So one day we're like playing, and I like casually walk over and like close my door, and I'm like playing with him, and he books it, doesn't even look at the door shut, and all of a sudden I hear boom, and I just walk, and he's just standing in the hallway like this, and I'm like, oh no, buddy, and he's just like, okay, and like looks at me and just runs back at me. I was like, oh thank God. I was like, Jesus Christ. But he just booked it full speed into the door because it was always open, and he'd always run in there and hide under my bed when we were chasing each other. I was like, oh boy.
This camera, he's like,
Yeah. Nah, that cat was like a dog, man. He was funny. He used to bark at people outside. He would stare out the window and like bark. It was so weird. It was
Probably
cool.
because he also had brain damage.
That was before that.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say like, "Oh, I put my cat in the microwave, and then it got cat cancer." Like,
No, he just unfortunately, like when you get a cat from a shelter, there's like a 75% chance they could have that type of stuff. So it's a shame.
yeah, been there.
Yeah, yeah. And it's like they're always like, okay, well you could spend like thousands of dollars on stuff, and like quality of life is this cat's not going to be a cat anymore, or you can put him down. And I was like, okay, that sucks. I had him for like a year and a half, 2 years. It's a dope cat. Now I have a dog who's got bum legs. Just a bunch of broken animals, man. He doesn't have bum legs. He just had spinal surgery because he had a pinched nerve. And now he's good. He's laying over there.
He does the Scooby Doo run, the sliding shit.
Yeah. Like, so before the surgery, he was fine, and then now he's just a little wobbly in the back legs, but he's still got full mobility. He still runs and everything. He's funny.
He's still a purebred
Chewy.
good boy.
He's not. He is not purebred. What? That boy
He's
is a
inbred.
lot of dogs. I don't know what he is. He is a dachshund, pit, beagle, basset hound. I don't fucking know. Just you know that he's a dachshund when you look at him. And there's a bunch of other stuff in there. Yes, if is that a nice toothpick?
He's a walrus.
Wait, why you single too?
Oh yeah, you bringing this character back?
I'm out. Have a good night, everyone.
Oh, making those noises again. Joe, you had texted me about some ideas you had too. Which this one's funny. You're like, what about like some old games that you can't really play anymore but want to revisit? And I was like, wrote it down, and then afterwards in parentheses, I was like, Joe, you have ROMs. You have a little Raspberry Pi. You can play all of those old games on.
Yep.
But there are definitely
right
old
here.
games that you can't play anymore. Like I want to play Arkham Asylum because I want to play through that whole series. I've only ever played the first one, but Arkham Asylum doesn't work on the PC.
Yeah, it does.
Mine fails. Mine does not start. If you
Do
go,
have Steam?
yeah, and if you go into the comments, a lot of people actually have the issue where it just won't boot.
I
I've
didn't
tried to
have
figure it
issues.
out.
I played through it all last year. I went through Origins. I started at Origins and finished with Night. I didn't have any issues. I did read about something about that. I know. Was it Killing Floor 2? That's having issues now.
Yeah.
But no, that's strange. That's the first time I heard about that. I didn't know
No,
that.
yeah, it won't boot on my computer. And I went through the forums for like 2 hours at one point trying to figure it out and just wouldn't go. Like, I think actually if I go to my Steam right now, it says I've played the game for several hours. That is false. I've been that was how much
It's been
time I
open
was.
for 7 hours. Yeah.
Well, that's Arkham Asylum Game of the Year. I've apparently played it for 40 minutes. That's how I just kept booting it, trying to get it to run, and it wouldn't run. But yeah, so that's definitely one. Do you guys have a game that you want to play but can't for whatever reason?
Killing Floor 2.
There you go. I didn't know
had
that.
it.
That's not working.
Yeah, every time I try and boot it up, it's like, oh, here's an issue, and like I look up on Reddit, and it's giving me stuff that had issues like 2 months ago, 2 years ago. It's like, no, like there's a current issue. Like if I download it now, try and boot it up, it'll be like, no, it doesn't work. But on the bright side, Killing Floor 3 is coming out this year, so I'm looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm. I'll probably pick it up with you. And then
Yeah.
we'll be playing that for, hours on end.
For like a week.
No, me and Joe played Killing Floor 2 a ton on PS4. Like, back when it just dropped. I think it was free for a month. And it would be like our go-to game to just, like, bullshit and play because it's really fucking mindless and it's great for that.
Lots of fun, great times, good times. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like
It's
killing
like,
the
oh,
dead.
we want to do a round here or there. Like, yeah, I want to do. Oh, motherfucker, galactic me.
The Christmas events are always fun too.
That's when I tried to play it and it wouldn't let me. I'm like, well, this sucks.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they would dress him up in like giant snowman or snow globes and shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck?
Or actually, every season had its own event. So Christmas had its own event, summer had its own event, and then there would also be like a nice Halloween event as well.
Christmas had the
one.
Krampus, didn't it? Didn't Krampus
Yeah.
Christmas have Krampus
Yep.
running around? Yeah.
What was it, like a couple years ago? They introduced him as Krampus, and then they're like, "Oh, we like this boss." Like, all right, we'll keep him in the game.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. You know what? There is a game, Red Dead Redemption 2 online.
Well, it doesn't work.
It's not that it doesn't work. It's just you can't go into a lobby without there being hackers in it. It just ruins the whole experience. Like I want to run around and just do my own thing, do my cowboy thing, and then you just all of a sudden have a hacker teleport right next to you and blow you up 70 times. And
That happened to us, yeah. Last time we
Yep.
played that, he dropped a boat on me in the
Yep.
middle of the fucking desert.
That's ridiculous.
I got turned into like an antelope.
But I mean, like GTA has that too. That's what. How can you turn someone into an animal?
You don't want to know.
It's just
Same shit.
the hacker tools are there, and Rockstar has absolutely no care on actually stopping it. And unlike GTA, you can't go and be in a private lobby and still do your missions and shit.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so the game is pretty much dead to me, and it sucks. I had way too much fun just riding around. I know, Civ, the things that I love about it, I know you hated it for. I love the survival aspect of it.
Yeah, I mean, just as a game overall, it was something I never really got into. Like, I love westerns, but I don't know. I didn't think it was a bad game. I just didn't really like have the time to sit down and play it for hours and really get into it in that way.
Played the crap out of the story. I played more of the first online though. The first online was cool.
I did like the Zorse. Or the Zonky. You would get a Zonky,
Yeah,
right?
from Undead Nightmare. The zombie
Yeah, it was like
donkey or whatever.
No, the zebra donkey
Oh.
you could get. It was like the fastest steed you can
Yeah.
get.
Oh, I just went for the Four Horses of the Apocalypse with Undead Nightmare. You could get Pestilence and Wrath and everything.
Yeah, I mean those are cool, but not a Zonky.
The one that was on fire and just said zombies on fire was fucking dope.
But did it have stripes?
It was on fire.
Did it have stripes?
It added to its horsepower because it was on fire.
Horsepower.
Yeah, that's where it comes from.
All right, I'm just gonna go hang myself real quick.
Oh, we finally did it, boys.
Jesus Christ.
There's also a Bills note on here, but that's already dead and gone, so no reason to talk about the Bills because they lost.
They had a good run.
Yeah.
Somehow made it into the second seed.
That was pretty cool. But did you follow up on High School Musical Cinematic Universe movie 2, Mike?
I thought we were doing the movie bracket today, so.
Always with the assumptions. Alright, I'll leave that on there. Mike, I have something that says Dr. Evil monologue. You told me to write it down. Am I just leaving it on here?
Also, yeah, I think that was also for the movie bracket. Just that, that was a good monologue to have.
Is that movie even on the list?
No.
I don't care.
So.
It's an honorable mention.
Well, there's 128 movies that are on.
Honorable mention. I don't care. Austin Powers is still a delight.
Oh boy. I mean, I got a couple other things here. I don't know. Anything of them are great or prepared. So there's that. Anyone got any good stories to talk about since the last time we did a regular episode? Aside from the bachelor party?
Not that I can think of.
I do like how yesterday that I went out to brunch and you guys were out getting Korean barbecue.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I sent Joe my breakfast and he said he wants that.
Yep. Sent me like 3 different pancakes and everything. I'm like, you dick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this place is really cool because you can get a flight of pancakes and you can get different flavors on each one. So me and my lady got 3 different pancakes just because we wanted to try like as many as we could. And on top of that, I got eggs Benedict on chicken and waffles.
Nice.
I was pooping for hours.
Don't eat waffles or pancakes. Next story. Someone else try. I'm kidding.
It was a cheddar waffle too.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't. It was like the perfect balance of sweet and savory, and they put hot honey on the chicken.
None of this is making it appetizing to me.
I still eat it.
Yep. Thank you, Joe.
Joe, you will literally eat anything but ass.
Well, you guys don't know. Did I eat tater tots or nuggets?
We
I thought you were about
know.
to say, you guys don't know. We ate
Yeah.
ass.
Finally ate
That's it.
ass. Here's my notes.
you.
5 stars.
Fuck you guys! I'm telling Ann.
Oh, and bring Ann in here. We'll have to ask her.
Nah, she don't want to talk to you.
All right, keep your secrets.
Oh man. Yeah, we did go to Korean barbecue though, Mike, and that was fucking dope. It was good. It was delicious. We ate a ton of food. It's a place where you cook your own barbecue, so it's super cool. Very fun.
Yeah.
And it was
Very
Korean.
nice, very great.
What was that?
It was Korean.
Got 2 different pork bellies, meats. What else we got?
Did some Japanese beers, which were really
Yeah.
good.
Product of Italy.
Product of Italy, yeah, that was so funny. So we get these beers, and my brother points it out. He's like, "Wait a second, what the fuck?" And on the top of the label, it says "Product of Italy," but on the menu, it said "Imported from Japan." It's like, what? This is made in Italy, shipped to Japan, then imported here.
Fun fact: the
Fuck.
bottles are manufactured in Germany.
Probably. Yeah, we had a bunch of stuff. We got beef, spicy beef, non-spicy beef. The dumplings there were fucking delicious. I made way too spicy of a soy sauce to dip them in. I was sweating. It was a mixture of the meat sweats and the spicy sweats. So
And the general sweat
I
sweats.
would definitely suggest if listeners have like a hot pot Korean barbecue place where you cook the stuff for yourself, definitely try that shit out. Or don't if you don't know how to and burn the place down, because that's not good. There was one table that I think did smoke out the place. I looked up at one point and I was just like, what the hell? It's smoky in here.
Yeah. They seemed like they were cooking their meat well done.
Yeah,
Psychopaths.
not how you do it. Given like with the steaks and stuff, the way that those cuts were, you couldn't really cook them rare because they were thin, but they weren't too thin. They're nice
Yeah.
cuts.
Yeah, I mean you could it's not butterfly, I forget what it's called. Where you just like put it on, then flip it, tap it, and then take it off.
Yeah, you could. Yeah,
I forget what that's called.
just a quick sear.
Yeah. There was something people used to call it in the restaurant. Biz, but I'm blanking on it.
Restaurant I worked for was not cooking steaks. They were cooking wings and hot dogs and shit. It was a clubhouse. Yeah, definitely check that out. I want to go back to that place and get the hot pot. I could house a bunch of bowls of soup.
Yeah.
Make some good stuff there.
Yeah.
But I end up like adding too many peppers to the broth and then just having completely insane spicy. Actually, the broth comes spicy, so I don't have to do that. So I'll do it that way. I had Popeyes today. I had their wings. Haven't had those before. Those were good.
Interesting.
Yeah, their wings are pretty good. The classic spicy. I would say there's definitely a lot of breading on them, but I think they're delicious.
Popeyes is the better KFC.
It's better Chick-fil-A. Actually, Raising Cane's is probably better Chick-fil-A, but... Are you making a face there, Sif?
No, my nose itches.
Okay, I was like, what are you, Chick-fil-A stan?
I mean, I do love me some Chick-fil-A.
I just don't think their chicken's that good. I don't know. I know a lot of people like their sauces. That's why they go there. Like, the sauce is amazing, but
They got to make it saucy.
make it wet for me. That's how I like my wings. Nice, wet and wild.
That's just weird.
Hey man, I've ordered them that way before. Where I'm like, spices you got and make them wet. They know
Who
what I
says
want.
make them wet?
You
And
make
the
'em wet.
fucking 14-year-old girl behind the counter is like, what the fuck did you just ask me
You
to
heard
do?
it.
This is
You
not my
heard what I
place,
said.
sir.
Make them wet. Well, no, because like people do order them dry or wet. Because some people don't like it completely drenched in sauce, so I order it wet.
Normally, they just if they want them dry, they just say, "Give them to me dry."
Hmm.
And if they don't want them dry, they just say, "Hey, can I get those buffalo wings?"
No, that's not true. Because I've been to a lot of specifically like just buffalo wing places. That's all they do is wings, and like they'll ask you, "Do you want it wet or dry?" And it's like wet. So yeah, when I'm at like an Applebee's, yeah, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck did that dude just say?"
I'm just saying, I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you what. Uh, yeah, I mean, I used to go to a lot of like wing joints to do their challenges back in high school. I used to eat all of their spiciest wings. Cluck, you had some good ones. What just happened?
Oh, I just felt something hit my stomach. Oh,
Is it a poop?
I think I might have to.
Okay.
You guys continue on. I shall return.
I might close it out, but I don't think we have much more to talk about.
Yeah, I was
All
gonna get
right,
ready to
I'll
hit
hold
that
it.
soon.
All right. Cool. Yeah, no, thanks guys for joining us for another episode of the InsomniCast. We got a couple of other things on the books. Yeah, Chris is just going to be having palpitations.
Oh no, I'm
Contractions.
farting up a storm.
Eric talked real slow. Make it
Oh, we got a stinker in here.
And this was a stinker of an episode. Wow, that's terrible.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, little kitty.
You're gassing out the cat. But yeah, we've got a couple of things on the books. We got probably a beer tasting we're going to do at some point soon. We're going to finish up the movie brackets, maybe move on to other brackets down the road. Keep doing some regular episodes. I've been.
Thanks for being here, guys. We're doing great. We're back.
Chris, you can leave and I'll finish outroing.
Captain goes down with the ship. Captain goes down with the shit.
It's a Freudian slip. He's got his shit. Flashback. Go right ahead.
If you want to check out our socials, go to Instagram. Be sure to give us a follow, insomnicast.pod. YouTube, InsomniCast. All of our video versions are up and going, so be sure to check out the video versions. All the old episodes are still going to come out for a little bit on a weekly basis, but all of the video episodes current are now just going right up to being live.
Feel free, buddy.
And then
Feel free.
if you want to email us with whatever you got that you want to email us about, it's insomnicastpod@gmail.com. So be sure to check us out. I think we're going to lose Civ. I think he's talking. He looks pregnant. He just stood up. You can see Civ standing up to show his poo belly if you go to our YouTube.
That's because he gets for licking the ice cream seductively.
Yeah. Personally, you can check out my live streams on Twitch, twitch.tv/FluffyLovin. I also post all the past broadcasts onto YouTube. That's FluffyLovin as well. Mike, you stream a little bit, right?
I stream a little bit. Yeah, if you want to check it out, go to twitchtv.com/DivineAramusha/Joe is balding/Civ is pregnant.
And then Joe we'll have to talk more about it, but it sounds like he might actually be streaming at some point, so you can always check him out there. And I'm going to try and get Civ onto my brother truck, and I do with my brother. That's on the Fluffy Lovin' channel currently. We just drive American Truck Simulator. We talk in Southern accents. We're just acting like hicks the whole time. Be sure to check it out. Give it a like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. All right, now I'll let you go and poo, Civ. I'll play the outro. Thank you guys for listening.
No one eats sushi. Hey, creamsicles.
It's dairy and fish coming out that derriere.
My phone for this.
It's a phone poop, everybody. It's a phone poop. Thanks for listening. Oh boy.